Hello there, Flo back with another video. Today I'm finally doing another video. I've been on a bit of a hiatus, didn't really have anything video worthy. I didn't do a lot of mock building. Oh, but the aquarium should be overdue for an update video soon, since I finally resumed building some stuff like 2 weeks ago, so I got some work done there. But today isn't technically a Lego video because this is a first time for me. I bought knockoff Lego figures. I haven't had much experience with these. I accidentally bought, I think, one or two knockoff figures once at a convention because they had the knockoff figures and the official Lego figures for sale in the same box. So I ended up with a couple, but I'm pretty sure I threw them out. Well, anyway, I couldn't find them, so I actually stumbled upon this site as an ad on my Instagram. They had a Groot big fig in the ad, and that one looked pretty cool actually. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. So I found this site. It was a bit sketchy, but I looked up some reviews, and people genuinely said that this site is a good place to get these knockoffs for a good price and to have a good selection. So I went on the site and I picked up a few knockoffs I was interested in. With knockoffs, I've kind of or put them in three categories, which is one, they just straight up use Lego's design, like they literally use the official Lego pictures on their site to promote their figures. Where it's literally one-on-one crappier knockoffs of the Lego figures. There are some bad ones, like there's some really crappy looking knockoffs, but there's a third category, which there are quite a few figures where they genuinely look pretty cool. Like I really wanted to kind of get some first-hand experience on these, on the plastic quality and kind of how they look. So I decided to pick up a few. Like they were pretty much dirt cheap. Like for this package, there were like two big figs and a couple of figures, and I paid like $15 including shipping. So I was like, yeah, I can do a video on that one. It's gonna be interesting. So I actually was scared that wouldn't arrive, since it said 2 to 3 week shipping, and it's been 3 weeks like last week's, but they showed up like half a week later. So they showed up, and let's go dig into this and see what I got. And I really want to see the plastic quality, and I did buy a few of them that I generally thought looked cool. Like they had some cool pieces I want to look at, since there are some interesting figures in there. So I was like, I'm gonna try out a few and see how it goes. So getting this open. They're like right in there. Yep. Let's dump them all out. Did really buy that much. It's another one. Nope, that's all. I'm actually gonna go ahead and unbox them, unpackage them and put them together off camera, and then I'll see you in a bit when I have those assembled. So, and we're back. I did assemble all of these and take a closer look at all of them. So I kind of want to go through them now, how I open them up and kind of give my opinion. Groot is definitely the most disappointing here. Like he's like the ad showed him in the brown color, and he's not the brown color. I mean, the plastic quality is not good. There are some pieces that don't fit together properly. Like some pieces are loose, some pieces are really hard to push into. So that was all expected. But for this one, the printing is pretty bad. You can see it even has chipped off like at the eye right here. Hold on, I'm quickly gonna adjust my lights a bit to kind of give a bit of lighting. So yeah, this one is pretty disappointing, even though this is the reason I even made this order. Like this one got me to order, so not really into that one. The Hulkbuster, on the other hand, like it's a bit like it's pretty like the black. You can kind of see some dust on there and also on the base plate, so that is a bit weird. But I actually like looking at this and as its own, it actually looks pretty cool. Like you can see this arm is really loose, but overall, like I dig the look of this. Like you can even see you have some attachments on the back for some fake pins to go in there. But printing on this one not too bad, and the reason I bought it is because you can put a figure in there. It comes with just a complete knockoff of the Mark 85. Is it the Mark 85? I think it is, from Endgame. So Just literally see like no extra print. It's literally the Lego figure, but more crappy. The foot piece, like the front piece of the mask, is really loose. The face print is just knockoff Tony Stark, but you actually have to take off the arms to kind of fit him in there, but can close this up. So this is a pretty cool concept overall, having a figure in a big fig, and would be cool for maybe Lego to kind of put something together like that in the future. But yeah, like the Iron Man figure is nothing special. I just bought this one because it was the best deal for a figure and a big fig together. And yeah, I kind of dig the Hulkbuster itself, but the Iron Man figures, whatever. Also had some spare hands on Boba Fett and Iron Man because you had to put them on yourself. Like, these are really weird. Like, sometimes the arms and hands are extra pieces, sometimes they're together, so it's pretty inconsistent. Moving on with the Marvel figures, we have 4 right here from the Endgame appearance. This one I mostly got for the accessories, which are Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. And these are actually pretty cool. Like, actually really dig this Mjolnir with the lightning print on there, and the handle, and it being in the metallic silver color, which really Lego is missing out on. The printing is on the head is really bad, but I like the small extra beard piece to kind of fit with this hair piece. And he has some pretty decent printing overall. It's a bit bland, but whatever. The cape is a thicker cloth. It's definitely a cheaper material, but it's not too bad actually. So this one is pretty okay. Like, I just really wanted to get my hands on these 2 accessories. And then we have 2 more Marvel figures, which are Ant-Man and the Wasp. And for this, the pieces really don't fit together well. Like, you can see on these studs right here, they really don't fit together properly. Also, the printing on Ant-Man doesn't really come off the base, and Wasp just falls off. You also see the printing is a bit overkill. Like, you hear it literally on the back and everywhere, but the quality isn't great. You can see this one is pretty faded compared to this. Reason I got this is those helmets, which are actually in the transparent color and the silver printed on there. The Ant-Man helmet is pretty cool, but the head is stuck inside. It's just a kind of Scott Lang smirky head with a stubble beard, so nothing too special. But if I had the skills of a customizer, I'd definitely paint up this helmet because it's accurate and has the eyes whole, like the transparent eyes. So overall, the helmet is cool. The rest is pretty not good. For Wasp, the helmet is much bulkier than I expected. Also, it doesn't really line up with the face prints, but still a pretty cool looking piece, much better than what Lego came up with, so at least they got this going for them. The print on her is a bit better, but yeah, these 2 are mostly got for the helmet. I'm actually gonna try them out on the official figures by the end of this video. Moving on, we got Grogu. Yeah, not much to say about this one. The printing and the torso and legs is pretty good. Also the arms, but the printing on the head is not good. You can see the base color showing through here. I mostly got this one because the picture itself looked really edited, like it literally was like an edit of a figure, so probably stolen from somewhere. So I was like, yeah, I'm just curious on how this one looks, and it's like pretty boring. And now, actually, last but definitely not least, we have Boba Fett and Paz Vizsla. Looking at Boba Fett first, this figure is actually not bad. Like, I actually kind of like it. Like, the gun is oversized, same with the shoulder pauldron right here, but some of the pieces, like the helmet piece, also the head is stuck in there, but the helmet itself is like pretty cool looking. It has some printing errors. You can see some blue paint up here and some paint smudges on the back, but the piece itself is actually pretty good looking. Like, dig the look overall, and probably my favorite thing is the chest armor. The chest and shoulder armor has some pretty good printing on there, and the jetpack actually comes off. You can see literally attached with 2 studs, which is a pretty cool mechanism. Like, it's not really accurate because Boba Fett's jetpack would have the missile in here, so they probably reused that piece. But also from the pieces going together, this one came together rather smoothly compared to the others, so this one not too bad. And same with Paz Vizsla here. This one is definitely the most intricate figure and interesting because just so many pieces make up this figure. We have the gun, which is actually can be attached to the jetpack, which looks pretty cool. There probably should be a piece connecting these two. I don't remember if that was on the picture or not, but it's not included. The gun has a handle that is an extra small piece. But putting this back on the back again, you can see the jetpack actually has some pretty good printing. Like looking at this, like it's pretty fine and small detailing that actually looks pretty good. Like overall, like this figure I really like. You also have some gauntlet attachments for the hand, also some literally leg armor that slides in of the side of the leg. Like this is pretty interesting. Then the head print is Happy Hogan, like the crappy Happy Hogan, like that guy from Resistance from the Far From Home sets. They also use it on Shang-Chi and Draco Malfoy in the regular sets, but this shoulder armor is a separate piece, and this chest armor and belt actually attaches on the hip, so that is pretty interesting. Also got some arm and leg printing, but putting this all together, I have to say I actually really like this figure. Like it looks pretty cool. Like it looks something from a customizer. Like lots of customizers from what I've seen actually use like some of these pieces. There are quite a few people who 3D print those pieces and sell them for a much higher price, which is also much bigger quality. So this really looks like something a customizer could have made. So probably stolen, might be, but like these two Mandalorian figures I actually really like. I quite like these because I mean the plastic quality is still cheap and the printing isn't perfect, but like from the complexity and the way the figures go together and the pieces, I really like these two. Like kind of tempted to buy, like there's definitely some more cool Mandalorian. Also I was nearly also bought the Bad Batch figures, loose knockoff, so like these are actually pretty good compared to some of the others, like especially the Marvel ones. Some of these are pretty crappy. So overall this was pretty interesting. First time really getting my hands on some of these knockoffs, which is definitely something I wanted to do for a while. I'm probably not gonna buy any more, probably because I mean these were $15 with shipping. Like they are dirt cheap and they really feel like it. They really don't have the quality Lego has, and I also don't necessarily encourage buying these. Like I was like, okay, this is my always wanted to try some of these and can make a video out of it, so I definitely can do something with them. So if you want to buy those, it's your decision. I don't really encourage it, but yeah, do what you do. But I'm actually, you know what, I'm quickly gonna rank these. You know what, this is my favorite, second favorite. Really like the Hulkbuster. Probably 4 afterwards. Ant-Man, Wasp, Grogu, Iron Man is pretty meh, and the worst is definitely Groot for me. So before we wrap this up, I'm gonna try out the helmets right here on the official figures. So I'll be back in a minute and then we'll take a look at those two. Okay, so I've grabbed my Ant-Man and Wasp official figures and did put the helmets on them. You can see the eyes don't really line up with this one, since I think this one doesn't slide on all the way, but for Wasp, it's definitely better than this. Like, come on, Lego. Really? Like, I mean, like, the printed helmet itself is pretty cool. Like, I like the helmet piece, I like the print, but for Wasp, like, come on. I mean, this is at least decent. Like, at least give us this print on that one in the future. Really hope we're gonna get that one down the line, but yeah, I can definitely see the plastic stands out. But for Wasp, not too bad. Also Ant-Man, if the eyes would line up, not too bad. And you can see this is the face print, not really good, but yeah, I kind of wanted to try this out before I wrap up the video. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Definitely has been an interesting experience finally getting some of those. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm just rambling on now. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully in less than 2 months. Okay, bye bye.